Hello dear students, welcome to this next lecture of the subject cell biology. Today we are going to deal with the second topic of the chapter number 5, that is endomembrane system. So our topic of discussion for today's lecture is Golgi complex or Golgi apparatus. I, Assistant Professor Amol Handore, welcome you for this lecture of cell biology. So before starting with today's lecture, let's take a brief recap of the previous lecture. In the last lecture, we have studied the structure of endoplasmic reticulum, location and functions of the endoplasmic reticulum. The study objective for the today's lecture will be to study the discovery of the Golgi complex, structure of the Golgi complex, location of the Golgi complex and the functions of Golgi complex or Golgi apparatus. So as we are dealing with this endomembrane system which comprises of three organelles, that is endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi complex and lysosomes. From that we have already studied the first organelle, which is endoplasmic reticulum. Today we are going to focus on the second organelle, that is Golgi apparatus or Golgi complex. So if we see the discovery of this Golgi body or Golgi apparatus, it is credited to the Italian neurologist Camillo Golgi in the year 1898. So he was working on the nervous system of amphibians, and during this work he found out that inside the cell there are some unidentified organelles, which he coined the name to those organelles as Golgi body or Golgi apparatus. Later on, when the electron microscope was discovered, the detailed structure of Golgi apparatus or Golgi body was given by the scientists Dalton and Felix in the year 1954. Now let us get introduced with this Golgi complex or Golgi apparatus. So this organelle originates from the endoplasmic reticulum. So we know that this endoplasmic reticulum is located near the nucleus on the outer side of the nucleus. And from this endoplasmic reticulum arises the second organelle, that is Golgi complex. So if we see the structure of this Golgi complex, it is roughly parallel interconnecting flattened sacs. So in this picture you can see it is a sac like, many sac like structures, they are present alongside parallelly, and that comprises what is known as Golgi apparatus or Golgi complex. Initially it was named as a natural reticular apparatus. However, later on it is named as Golgi apparatus or Golgi complex. So there are different names which are given to this organelle by different scientists or workers. In 1953, Baker scientist referred it as Golgi complex, or it is also referred as a lipochondria, because of the high lipid content. Okay, so in 1953 it was named as lipochondria because it contains high lipids. Now this is the actual electron microscope picture of these Golgi complex or Golgi apparatus. So this is also called as an electron micrograph. So in this you could see these flattened sac-like structure parallelly arranged one another, referred to as a Golgi complex. Now if we see the location of this Golgi complex, it is present in all eukaryotic cell and it is absent in the prokaryotic cell. So prokaryotes, we know that it includes bacteria and archaebacteria. So Golgi apparatus or complex is present in the eukaryotic cell like plant cell, animal cell, fungi cell, but it is absent in the prokaryotic, that is bacterial cell. Now the structure is similar to the Golgi complex, have also been observed in the plants, and botanists call them as a dictyosomes. So this dictyosome in plant is nothing but the Golgi complex. So in this picture of the cell, you could see this Golgi complex being near to the endoplasmic reticulum. So here, this is the nucleus. You have these blue colored, that is endoplasmic reticulum, and just alongside the endoplasmic reticulum, the Golgi apparatus or Golgi complex is situated. Okay, so it is present only in the eukaryotic cell, but in eukaryotic cells, some of the cells it is absent, like RBCs, sperm cells, then bryophytes and pteridophytes, and the sieve tube cells of the plants, it is absent. So what is the position of this Golgi complex? If you see, it is situated between endoplasmic reticulum, that is ER, and plasma membrane. So this is the Golgi complex, the green colored shown here. Actually it is not green colored. So it is situated between these blue colored endoplasmic reticulum shown here and the plasma membrane, which is the outer boundary of the cell. Okay, so it is present between the ER and the plasma membrane. Now let us study the morphology of this endoplasmic reticulum. Morphology of this Golgi complex. So shape of the Golgi complex is variable in different kind of cells. So within the animal cell also, it could show different shape according to the different stage of that particular cell. So the size of the Golgi is variable. It is small in size in the muscle cells, but it is quite large in size in the nerve cell as well as the gland cells. Also, the number of Golgi apparatus per cell also varies. So in some cells you find very few Golgi apparatus, like you have a single apparatus present in some cells, whereas in some other type of cell you have Golgi, many hundreds of the Golgi apparatus present in the cell. Okay, so the shape is also variable, as well as the number of Golgi present in the cell is also variable from cell to cell. Now let us study the structure of the Golgi complex. So as we have seen, the Golgi complex varies in the size in different type of the cell. If we see the electron micrograph of these Golgi complex, it is in the shape of a parallel flattened interconnecting sacs, which are also called as a cisternae. So you could see these flattened sac-like structures. A single sac is called as a cisternae, and there are many such cisternae present parallel to one another. Now, along with cisternae, there are two other elements which constitute the Golgi complex, that is tubules and vesicles. Okay, so remember that Golgi complex, like the endoplasmic reticulum, made up of three components, that is cisternae, vesicles, and tubules. The first electron micrograph of the Golgi complex, that is electron microscope structure, was given by Dalton and Felix in the year 1954. So they described the Golgi complex in the epididymis cells of the rat, and it showed that it constitutes of the three components, that is flattened sac-like structures which we call cisternae, large oval structures which are called vesicles, and then intermediate structures are called as tubules. If we see the lipid and protein content of the Golgi complex, it consists of 60% proteins and 40% lipids. So it is basically made up of lipids and proteins, and these proteins are quite similar which are found in the endoplasmic reticulum. In this picture, we could see the exact detailed structure of the Golgi complex. There are two phases to the Golgi complex. One phase is called as a cis phase and another phase is called as a trans phase. We will understand these in more detail in the upcoming slides. Okay, so as we have studied, there are three components which make up the Golgi complex. First is called as cisternae. So generally, Golgi body is formed from nearly 4 to 8 cisternae. So minimum 4 to 8 cisternae they are present to make up a single Golgi body. However, it is found that in some single-celled eukaryotic organisms, it may contain about 60 cisternae in a single Golgi body. Now if we see the structure of the cisternae, they have a smooth membrane and that membrane is variable in the thickness. That means it is not uniformly or it does not have the uniform thickness. Now in this, so this is the membrane of the single cisternae, that is the outer boundary of which is called as a membrane. Now if we see inside this cisternae, you will find it encloses a hollow space. So this hollow space is called as a lumen, and in this hollow lumen you will find a liquid present. That liquid or that fluid is called as a matrix. Okay, and each cisterna is called as a functional unit of the Golgi complex. Okay, because it is responsible for the functioning of the Golgi complex. Now if you see the margin of this Golgi complex, they are curved. Okay, so you could see it is curved in appearance. Now if you study the structure in detail, you will find that this cisternae, one of the face is a like a convex face and one of the face is a concave face. The convex side is present in the proximal end and it is called as a cis face. Okay, so this convex side is also called as a cis face and the concave side is also called as a trans face. So this cis face is actually the receiving site. So this cis face is present near the endoplasmic reticulum and this trans face is present away from the endoplasmic reticulum towards the plasma membrane. So what happens? Whatever proteins or lipids which are synthesized in the endoplasmic reticulum, they will come to the cis face in the form of small rounded vesicles. They will fuse with the Golgi complex. Whatever proteins or lipids are present in these vesicles, they will come inside the cisternae of Golgi complex. Now here the further processing of on these proteins and lipid will take place and final product will again be packaged into the small vesicles which are also called as the secretory vesicles, and they will carried away to the other parts of the same cell or away from the cell to the adjacent cells. So this cis phase, it is also called as a forming phase. It is having a thickness of 4 nanometer, whereas the other end, which is called as a trans phase, or it is also called as a maturing phase, has a thickness of 7 to 8 nanometer. Now whatever these cisternae or sac-like structures you are seeing here, they are not separate but they are connected to each other. So these cisternae, they are connected with the help of tubules and vesicles. Okay, so you will find that whatever content that comes from the cis phase, that will be undergo maturation process and then it will be transferred to the trans phase or maturing phase. So the convex side of the stack is forming phase, or it is cis phase, that is this side, and the concave side of the stack is called as a maturing or trans phase, which is this side of the Golgi complex. So in the structure of this Golgi complex, which is made up of three components, that is cisternae, vesicles and tubules, you will find it consists of four functional regions. So what are these four functional regions? The first region, which is a receiving part, is called as a cis phase, which is the entry point. Then the middle part is called as a media cisterna. Then this region is called as a trans cisterna, and you have finally the opposite end, that is trans phase or exit phase. And in these four different regions you will have different enzymes which will carry out different reactions to modify the contents which it will receive. And from where does it receive the content? It will receive the content from the endoplasmic reticulum. And in which form? In the form of these small rounded structure which are called as vesicles. Okay, so after the cisternae, the second component are the tubules. So what is the structure of these tubules? They are small rounded structures and they arise from the periphery of the cisternae. Some of these they will enlarge at their end to form vesicles. So in this picture you could see some of these tubules, they are modified into these rounded structures and these are called as the vesicles. So vesicles arise from the tubules. These tubules, they are short and branch, and what is their function? They interconnect the various cisternae, which are nothing but the sac-like structures. So they form a network towards the periphery and maturing phase of the Golgi apparatus. They have more diameter than the cisternae, so the diameter is 30 to 50 nanometer, and they are mainly involved in the formation of secretory products. The third component are the vesicles, which are rounded structures. They are present near the end of the convex surface of the Golgi complex, and all these Golgi elements are, that means cisternae, vesicle as well as tubules, are filled with a fluid that is called as a Golgi matrix. So in this, all these lumen of the cisternae, vesicle as well as the tubules is filled with a liquid material. That fluid material is called as a matrix. So as we have already discussed, that whatever content that is coming to the Golgi complex comes from the smooth ER with the help of small rounded vesicles. So these small rounded vesicles, they will carry the material in the form of proteins and lipids to the Golgi apparatus. It is further maturation takes place in the Golgi apparatus, and then it is transported. So this Golgi apparatus, we can also call it, it is like a post office. What is the role? It will get all these post that is coming from the endoplasmic reticulum. It will do the maturation in this, and then it will transport to the its destination centers. Now let us come to the final part of today's lecture, functions of the Golgi complex. So it carries out some important functions like cell secretion, secretion of the different proteins, synthesis of glycoproteins and glycolipids, synthesis of complex carbohydrates, formation of the acrosome cap during spermatogenesis, pigment formation. For example, melanin pigment is synthesized with the help of Golgi complex, formation of the lysosomes, which are also called as the suicidal bags of the cell, and transformation of membranes. So let us study all these functions in detail. So first of all, Golgi vesicles, they are also referred to as a traffic police of the cell because they carry out the important role of sorting many of the cell proteins and membrane constituents, and they dispatch them to the proper destination. Okay, so whatever products they are coming to the endoplasmic reticulum, they are dispatched to their appropriate destination location. Okay, now we will see the first important function of the Golgi complex, that is cell secretion. So the very important role of the Golgi complex is in the cell secretion. So various body secretions or the cell secretions like gum, mucus, sweat, tears, saliva, they are produced with the help of Golgi complex. So in this respect, Golgi can also be called as a post office. First of all, it packages all these different secretions, it labels them, and it sends these secretions to the different parts or out of the extracellular space. Many electron microscope studies show that during the vitellogenesis in the oocytes, yolk product. What is vitellogenesis? That is production of the yolk. So during this process of vitellogenesis in the oocytes, that is the female reproductive structures, yolk product first become visible in the cisternae of the Golgi complex. So that shows that this formation of the yolk products takes place in the Golgi complex. Second important role of the Golgi is in the protein secretion. So we know that these proteins, where they are synthesized, these proteins are synthesized in the endoplasmic reticulum. More correctly, they are synthesized in the rough endoplasmic reticulum. Why? Because on the rough endoplasmic reticulum, ribosomes are present, and for protein synthesis, ribosomes are essential. Okay, so now once these proteins are synthesized by the rough endoplasmic reticulum, they are packaged into small rounded structures which are called as vesicles, and these vesicles now they will carry these proteins towards the Golgi apparatus, and once they carry it to the Golgi apparatus, they will fuse with the Golgi apparatus. Now whatever these proteins, now it is called as a cargo protein because they are carried in the form of vesicles. These proteins, once they enter into the Golgi apparatus, they are modified. Okay, so the modification of the proteins will take place in the Golgi complex or Golgi apparatus, and finally they are transferred to their suitable location. So that process is called as a secretion, and that takes place by the process of exocytosis. Okay, so these proteins are packaged into the vesicles again, and they will carried to the remaining cells in the body. The third important function of the Golgi complex is glycoprotein and glycolipid synthesis. What is meant by glycoproteins? Glyco means carbohydrate. So when a sugar is attached to a protein, it is called as glycoproteins. Similarly, when a sugar is attached to a lipid, it is called as a glycolipid. So we know that already we have discussed that proteins are synthesized in rough ER. They are carried to the Golgi apparatus. Now inside the lumen of Golgi apparatus, the carbohydrates are also present. So these carbohydrates, they will combine with the proteins and lipids to form glycoproteins and glycolipids. So the reaction is like carbohydrate combined with the protein to form glycoproteins. Similarly, carbohydrate combined with the lipids to form glycolipids. Next function of the Golgi apparatus or Golgi complex is synthesis of complex carbohydrates. So there are certain complex carbohydrates required for the body or different cells. For example, sialic acid and galactose, they are prepared inside the Golgi complex which are required by the body. Even other complex carbohydrates other than glycogen and starch, they are also synthesized in the Golgi complex. So what are these complex carbohydrates? For example, pectic compounds, mucopolysaccharides, hyaluronic acid, chondroitin sulfate, hemicellulose. These are required in the other cells which are synthesized with the help of Golgi complex. Now in plant cells, for the cell wall synthesis, we know that pectin is required. So this pectin is synthesized in the Golgi complex and later on it is transported to the cell wall for the synthesis of the cell wall. Now once these carbohydrates are synthesized in the Golgi complex, they are carried in the form of small rounded structures which are called as vesicles. So these vesicles, they will accumulate between the cell wall and plasma membrane, okay, and from where they will be transported to the other parts of the adjacent cells. Also in plants, these Golgi complex, which is known by another name, that is dictyosomes. Here these vesicles, they will carry these essential complex carbohydrates for the synthesis of cell plate. We know that this cell plate is formed during the process of cell division in case of plant cell. So for the formation of cell plate, also complex carbohydrates are required, which are synthesized in the Golgi complex and then they are transferred for the formation of cell plate. Next function of the Golgi complex or Golgi apparatus is formation of the acrosome cap during spermatogenesis. So what is spermatogenesis? Spermatogenesis is a process by which the sperm maturation or sperm formation and maturation takes place. So this acrosome, where it is situated, is acrosome is a cap-like structure which is present on the tip of animal sperm. And what is the function of this acrosome? It helps in digesting the outer covering sheath of the egg or ovum during fertilization. So what is fertilization? We know that it is the union of sperm and the ovum or the egg. Ovum is also called as egg. But during this process, it has to break the outer layer of the ovum or egg. So to break this outer layer, this process is called as the digestion of outer layer, is carried out with the help of acrosome, and this acrosome is developed with the help of Golgi complex. Yes, so this acrosome is synthesized by Golgi complex with the help of vesicles. Next function of the or very important function of the Golgi complex is production of the hormone. We know that hormones, they are secreted by the endocrine glands. What are endocrine glands? They are the ductless glands. So in these ductless endocrine glands, the synthesis of these hormone takes place in the Golgi complex. Next function is synthesis of different pigment molecules. For example, in chick embryo, The retinal pigment is being synthesized by the Golgi complex. So what is this retina? Retina is a layer of the eye which perceives the light. And in this retina, different pigment molecules are present and which are synthesized by the Golgi complex. Similarly, the melanin pigment, which gives the black color, or it is responsible for the coloration of the in the cell, this melanin pigment synthesis also takes place in the Golgi complex or Golgi apparatus. The last function of the Golgi complex is transformation of membranes. Now we know that inside the cell there are many small organelles which are responsible for the different functions. Like mitochondria is producing the ATP, chloroplast is responsible for the photosynthesis. So every organelle is doing some function. But does that mean all these organelle have a very long lifespan? No. After some time, these cell organelles, they will be replaced by the new cell organelles. And during this process, we know that these cell organelle also have their membrane. So whatever this membrane that is being converted to other type of a membrane in the with the help of Golgi complex. That process is called as transformation of membrane. So Golgi complex brings about membrane transformation. That means converting one type of a membrane into another type of membrane. Say for example, the membrane of the endoplasmic reticulum can be converted into the membrane of lysosome. Okay, so this process of recycling of the plasma membrane takes place inside the Golgi complex or Golgi apparatus. So with this we conclude today's lecture. If we revise, today we have discussed about the Golgi complex. In that we have studied the name of the Golgi complex was given on the name of a scientist, Camillo Golgi, who first observed these organelle in the cells of the neuronal cells of the amphibians. Later on, the detailed structure of the Golgi complex was given by two scientists, that is Dalton and Felix. Further, we have understood the three components which make up the Golgi complex. These three components are called as cisternae, which are sac-like structure, then tubules and vesicles. So cisternae, vesicles and tubules make up the Golgi complex. We have understood their different properties and details of these cisternae, vesicles and tubules. Also, we have understood what is the cis phase and what is trans phase. So cis phase is also called as a receiving phase or forming phase. This is convex in shape, and trans phase, which is concave in shape, it is also called as a maturing phase or trans phase. Then we have studied the different functions of the Golgi complex, that includes cell secretion. So different secretions like saliva, tears, all these secretions are developed with the help of Golgi complex. Then different proteins. We know that proteins are synthesized by ER, but they are modified in the Golgi complex, and also they are dispatched to the other cells of the body. Then synthesis of glycoprotein and glycolipids. So we have now understood that glycoproteins means carbohydrate plus proteins, glycolipids means carbohydrate plus lipids. So that synthesis also takes place. Then synthesis of certain complex carbohydrate which are required for the synthesis of cell wall or cell plate, that also takes place in the Golgi complex. Then formation of these acrosome which is required during the fertilization process. So this acrosome is present in the tip of the sperm, and the synthesis takes place with the help of Golgi complex. Then synthesis of certain pigment molecules like melanin also takes place in the Golgi complex. Then formation of the lysosomes and transformation of membrane from one membrane to the other type of the membrane also takes place in the Golgi complex. So with this we conclude today's lecture. Thank you.